Good morning. It is Monday. Yeah, I scream. I'm loud. I'm very loud. It's Motivational Monday with a splash of money with more emphasis on the money. In my email to my email list, I let them know that I was going to give you my over $200,000 a year practice playbook. Do you want to make over $200,000 a year in your practice or business? Well, there's a pretty easy playbook. I work with healthcare practitioners to make more money doing what they love while working less all day, every day. I love what I do. I love pouring into practitioners that are holding the space for the many people, because when I was in practice for so many years, I looked around for somebody to hold a space for me, and I didn't find it. And so anyway, without further ado, I want to help you. If you want to make easily over 250, let's just break the $200,000 barrier. That's one of the sweet spots that I have found with a lot of my coaching clients, my practitioners that come to me. They're wavering around the 90 to about 140, $150,000 a year, and they want to break that $200,000 barrier. And it comes down to some simple equations and some strategies that I want to share with you today. But first, a story. If you know me, I'm a rock hound. I have rocks all around me. I love the vibration of beautiful gemstones and positively high frequency gemstones. Years ago, I was a commercial real estate broker. And so in commercial real estate, it's all about sales and calls. And I was constantly on the phone. And one of my mentors suggested to me to get a chunk of citrine and put it next to my phone, because citrine is a frequency of abundance and money, which, by the way, guys, there is an abundance out there. Let's start to tap you into the abundance mindset versus the scarcity mindset. Me, right? Okay, so the citrine, I took a chunk of citrine. I was like, hey, I got nothing to lose. I want more sales. Usually people calling me would be more sales. So I bought a chunk of citrine and I placed it next to my phone, and damn it, it worked. I was getting tons of calls. I was getting more business. And it's so funny because a lot of the people in my office were kind of like, East, like, what have you been doing? We notice you're busier. You've got more clients. You're getting more deals. Like, what happened? And I said, honestly, you guys, I bought this chunk of citrine. And at first they all poo-pooed me. Oh my gosh, East, citrine, like, really? That got you more business? And I'm like, whatever. I went about my day. Guess what? Slowly, one by one, each of them were like, hey, East, can you get me a chunk of that citrine? Right? Next thing you know, we all have chunks of citrine next to our phone. So if anything, you can hop off this call, get some citrine, put it next to your phone, put it next to your workstation, put it in your office, and hope that that brings you more patience. Otherwise, let's get more practical. All right? Let's get more practical. 200. So 200 is not enough. Let's go to 225. Let's start with a playbook for you to make $225,000 a year or more. Now, whenever I do these types of equations, I always equate for time off, because you better be effing taking some time off. There's your motivation. Otherwise, you're burned out. Speaking of burnout, I am doing a free webinar this weekend, and I'll put it in the comments. Not this weekend. It's a free webinar on Thursday, Lunch and Learn. What to do when you're burned out. I got lots of strategies. One is take time off. Okay, $225,000 a year. I'm going to divide that. I'm going to get my calculator out, also my phone. I'm going to divide it by 11 months, because that gives you one whole month off, right? So these numbers, they might seem high to you, but they're an average, and they allow you to take time off or have things happen in your life, which happen all the time. So $225,000 a year, divide that by 11 months, you need to bring in $20,454 a month, okay? Now, if I was going to train you to run a marathon, which I've trained many people to run a marathon, I never sit there and chant 26.2, 26.2. I don't. I say, make it to the next water stop. The next water stop is in about a half a mile. Can you do that? We get to the next water stop, we stretch out. So when you put your goals at something that's a little bit more achievable, if you've got this mind block, like, I can't break 200, I can't break 200. Okay, listen, all I need to do, I have to find a way to get to $20,000 a month. Let's take that by the week, okay? I need to make about $5,000 a week. I need to make about $5,000 a week to hit $225,000 a year, and that still gives me at least 4 weeks off a year because I'm dividing this by 11, all right? So if your goal, that means some months, some weeks, you won't make the 5,000, and that's okay. You're allowed 4 weeks where you don't meet your target. You'll still meet your target. $5,000 a week. Okay, now let's break that down to per patient income. PPI. I speak in per patient income because it's that simple. If you see 20 patients a week, PPW, then your average per patient income needs to be $250. That means if you're doing 20 treatment sessions in a week, then your average charge needs to be about $250, and you're going to hit this number and still take 4 weeks off a year. If you see 30 patients per week, then your average per patient income needs to be $167. So your services need to be priced so that they average 167. So then when you're seeing 30 patients, it's 167. If you're seeing 40 patients per week and the average per patient income is 125, then you're going to make this number. Now, many of you are like, I'm seeing 40 patients a week, East, but I'm not even close to 200. It's probably because your per patient income is low. You're taking insurance, you're giving deals, you're doing discounts, you're running packages with discounts. Like, stop all of that business, right? Now, maybe you're like, well, that's easy for you to say on your couch. You're not in my practice with these patients. I've been there and I've coached almost thousands now of practitioners through the process of reorganizing their services in a way that their per patient income, the average per patient income rises. Okay, there's a lot of ways to do it without really changing much of what you do. Okay, so these are the numbers. If we just straight out said, listen, East, I don't do sales of supplements, I don't sell herbs, I don't sell anything in my office. If you're just a practitioner, which you're never just a practitioner, but if you just see patients and you don't have anything that you sell, passive income, these are the numbers for that. But many of you are like, well, I do some sales of herbs. I do some of that. Okay, so let's break it down a little differently. Let's say you sell herbs, supplements, or something else in your office, okay? And about every patient on average leaves your office having bought on average $40 worth of supplements or herbs. Now listen, I am not here to say, oh, we're going to push herbs on people. We're going to push supplements, because I will tell you, I have been in practice for over 25 years, and patients get better when we use herbs and supplements with our modality. 100%. I would say 95% of the population is deficient in D3. If you don't believe me, go to YouTube. Check out the podcast I just did with Dr. Martha Hall. She makes $800,000 a year, cash practice, 3 treatment rooms, 3 days a week, and she has 2 people running her office, no associates. It's a true story. And she will tell you the majority of her business comes from the supplements, the resale of the supplements, that passive income stream from the supplements, and her patients get better faster because of the supplement, her supplement strategy, right? D3, everybody gets on it. She has people flying in, literally flying in to see her, and they are on auto script for getting their supplements. Okay, so let's say, okay, East, I do dabble in a little bit of herbs, but perhaps I'm not leading my practice well enough to tell my patients, you need this. That's one thing Martha is amazing at, is leading in her practice. When a patient comes in, she'll say to them, if you want to get better, I need to see you every week for the next 8 weeks, and I need you to start these herbs. How do I know this? I've actually gone to Martha. When I lived in Orange County, I used to go to her. She was a student of mine, and she's an amazing practitioner that really embodies leadership and practice. Too many of us let the patients lead us. Like, I don't know. Can I come in on Friday? Can you just give me cupping today? Can you do this? Can you do that? No, this is my sandbox. You are not leading this. I am the expert. I know what you need for your health. And so it's my way, or honestly, it's the highway. Otherwise, you're pissed, resentful, and then you're burned out because you're letting your patients lead you rather than you leading your patients and saying, this is how you're going to get better. If you see me for 10 sessions, you're going to get better results, right? So I need to see you every week for 10 sessions consecutively. You're going to get better results. Therefore, I don't have any packages or special deals. I have a 12-week program to XYZ. Get you looking younger, feeling better, detoxifying your body, getting you out of pain, preventing any kind of surgery, getting you pregnant. I have a 12-week session, 12-week program. It comes with 10 sessions. You must use the 10 sessions all within the 12 weeks. And that program is $1,500. You can pay it since it's 12 weeks, that's 3 months. You can pay it off $500 a month. Would you pay $500 a month to get pregnant? Hells yeah, you would. Would you pay $500 a month to prevent carpal tunnel surgery? Hells yeah, you would. Now look, so now they come in once a week. They paid you the $1,500, whether it's all up front or $500 a month, which is very affordable. You're treating them and your average per patient income is $150. You are very close, just from this model without any supplements. You're very close to hitting 225 if you just put your patients into programs where the average of the per patient income goes up. Okay, let's say you're like, no, I do have some supplement sales. Great. So now if all your patients leave on average with about $40 worth of supplement sales, now to meet $225,000 a year income, and again, you're still getting a month off every year, 20 patients, your average per patient is 210. So how can we get you to 210, right? And like I said, you have herbs and supplements, and most of the patients leave with about $40 worth. Some will be more, some will be a little bit less. It's an average. 30 patients a week. If your average per patient income means what you charge for the session is about $127, you're going to hit this number. If you're seeing 40 patients a week, 85. This means you can be in insurance and still make $225,000 a year, as long as that you're seeing a lot, 40 of these insurance patients a week, you're being reimbursed on average 85, and they're all going home with supplements. You see what I'm saying? So there's another strategy, which is, okay, East, I don't know about this whole like supplement thing, and I get it. Or passive income. Like you can create a passive income stream so easily. A lot of times you're blocked because you're in the trenches of the day-to-day. Please, I'll put this in the comments as well. Come see me. I have 2-day intensives. I have one this weekend. I'm so thrilled because of the people that are coming to this 2-day intensive. We close all the doors. You bring your laptop. We roll up our sleeves. And I now have my director of marketing attending these meetings so that you leave after 2 days with a passive income stream and marketing for the passive income stream, right? So that you have 12 weeks of marketing going forward. And I continue to work with you until your program is launched. That's my commitment to you. I also have virtual options of this. Hit me up for that. But let's keep going on Motivational Monday. Today is all about money, all right? Now, we want to make $225,000 a year. Again, we divide it by the 11 months so that you have some time off. That's about $20,000 a month, $5,000 a week. How can you make $5,000 a week? Let's say you see 20 patients an hour or a week, 30 patients a week, 40 patients a week. These are the average prices. Like you're going to need to charge, if you just have one service, like a session with you costs X. So if you see 20 patients a week, your session needs to be $250. If you see 30, your session can be around $160. Maybe you call it $170. And then if you have 40 patients a week, your sessions only need to cost $125 per session. What I recommend with a lot of people, because you want to serve more people, is that maybe you have several session options, right? If you want to come see me, you can see me for my standard acupuncture. Then my second offering is a standard plus or acupuncture plus, and I'm going to add a different modality into that. Maybe I'm going to add energy healing into it, okay? So standard acupuncture, follow me here. Again, I'm going to go down here. If I want to meet these numbers, the $225,000 a year, and I see 20 a week, I'm going to go to the 30. Let's work this out for the 30. Many of you are around the 30, okay? That means we need to average $167 per patient income. You could have a $95 service that people come in and you say, my standard acupuncture is $95, but my deluxe session is $250. And in my deluxe session, I give you all the bells and whistles. Now, follow me with psychology here. And most people, when they are presented with 3 options, they pick the middle one, right? A lot of times we have a bronze option, we have a silver option, and then we have gold or platinum, right? So let's say you had 3 offers here. And I'm going to use that 30 patients a week. One is 150, 250, and this one's 95. Okay? So let's say you have 3 treatment options. Okay? So you've been practicing under one session, or even worse, you have an a la carte. Like you literally have cupping for $40 and moxa for $20, and you're like a Mexican restaurant with all this a la carte business. What if you reorganized and recondoed your practice so that you have like 3 options to engage, okay? You can have my bronze or my standard treatment, it's $95. If you want silver, that's gonna add a few more modalities. This is gonna give you your best results. All day, every day, right here. Maybe that's where it includes the herbs, and that's $150 per session. And then if you want my VIP gold treatment or platinum treatment, that's $250. And I do extra things on you, add more value to that session. If you had 3 treatment options, you're going to be hovering around that $150 per patient income. And if you're seeing 30 patients a week, as we showed, you're going to be making that $225,000 a year, easily, all day, every day. What are some things that you can do to offer different services? You probably are already giving away those services for free. You're probably already in your standard treatment giving them a VIP for free. So now, before 2023, which is in a couple months, you can restructure your practice so that you have 3 treatment offerings. You have, the basic, a middle option, and a VIP session that's like a high ticket item, right? That will, just by reorganizing that and putting people into that. What about your existing patients? You say, yeah, you know what? I'm so excited. I'm offering this new gold session. I just bought microneedling. So you can come to me for standard acupuncture like you have, and that's $95. And now I'm separating my sessions to keep things clean. If you want acupuncture and all these other modalities, that is my silver session or my, jade session, whatever you want to call it, but it's your middle session, and that's $150. And if you want the VIP treatment, that's $250 or more. I've worked with practitioners to continue to level up because what I found is many of the practitioners, their average per patient income is something like $90, right? Then we create 3 service options, and the old $90 stays as the basic. Now people start to gravitate towards the middle, and then eventually they create a whole new series where the middle becomes the bronze. And then you go from that, from like you operate with your 3 treatment options for about 6 months to a year. And now your bronze goes to $150. Your silver, because you are constantly going to school, you're getting educated, you're becoming more valuable, you're adding more modalities to your practice. Pacific Symposium is coming up. How many of you are going? I hope I'll see you there. November 3rd through the 6th. I'm speaking on Saturday on radiant aging. So I hope you'll come see me there. But watch this. Now, this goes to like 197, and then this thing goes to like 400, okay? So you naturally migrate from these 3 options, and you operate that for a while. Now this one seems really cheap. This one seems really affordable to everybody. Then this now becomes your standard basic, and then you keep adding more value, new sessions, and all of this is aimed at your per patient average, your PPI. It all boils down to that. If you sell more herbs and supplements, right? So instead of every patient on average taking away like $40 worth of herbs and supplements, if it's more like $100 because you have a passive income stream, people are buying courses or programs from you. And so actually every patient, because they buy a program, like I have a girl who sells a detox program. Her detox program is $1,500 and her wellness program is 10 sessions in 12 weeks and it's $1,500. And she has about 45% of her patients buy both. They buy the detox program and so now her average per patient, right? 1,500 plus 1,500. And she does 10 sessions. She's almost making $300 per session. It's all just, it's like if we were playing a board game, which life is like a board game. We're just moving the pieces around. Maybe you just need to research your practice. I want to help you. I'm here. I hope this has been helpful. My commitment is to end these things a little earlier. I feel like they've been feeling a little long. So, it's Monday. Go get it. Go get it. Go get it. Last week I said, what if I suggest it's not an option to not show up. Even if it's for your kids, for your neighbor, for anybody, somebody in this life of yours is counting on you. Show up for you. I'm showed up for you, paying it forward. Now you go out, show up for somebody else. Sending you much love for success this week. Okay, 2023 is around the corner. I would love to help you make 2023 your breakthrough year. We can start this now. 225, you'll see. If you work with me, before you know it, $225,000 a year will seem like, ooh, that's like it's a small change. Like I want to break the $500,000 barrier. And guess who's going to be there with you, holding your hand, getting you there? This girl. Okay? Sending you out much love. Have a wonderful, wonderful week.